morning, dear students. How are you today? I'm happy to contact with you again. Today we're gonna talk about lesson 5, the French history. If you remember before, we were talking about the first part of this lesson about the importance of France. As you know, in France is in which continent do you think? Yes, I hear you. It's in Europe. It's in Western Europe, and if you remember, it's an independent country in Western Europe. This is number one. If I ask you why France is important or the importance of France, so number one you will tell me about the location. Number two, you can say it's one of the most advanced countries. Advanced, yes, it means it's very good, very rich. The economy is strong. It has money. It's very good in technology. These things. This is number two, advanced in technology or advanced country, and it's a country in Western Europe. Number three, you can say that France is the third largest country in Europe. Third largest country. Okay, yes. Number four, you can say it has very beautiful landscape, Mediterranean beaches, alpine villages and cities, and it has historic places. Historical places, it means very old cities. All right, we have like Paris. Okay, it was the host of the Roman Empire. Roman Empire, the emperor was Julius Caesar in 51 BCE. It was all part of the Roman Empire and it was so strong. After that, we have number 5 point. It has historical buildings, very old, beautiful buildings, museums in Paris, which is the capital of France, and it has fashion centers. Yes, that's it. So that was the revision or the review of what we took before. But now, today, let's present the history of France. If you talk about history of France, France, before, it was part of a very big area called Gaul or Gallia. And after that, it has another name. The name France came from Latin language, Francia, which means country of the Franks. If you ask me, Miss, what's the meaning of Franks? I'm gonna tell you the Franks were Germanic group who came from Germany and invaded North France in the 5th century. Yes, so this is what happened. The first thing I need you to know is the name of France came from what? You say Latin Francia. Okay, what does Latin Francia means? It means country of the Franks. Okay, who are the Franks? They are group. Germanic group means people came from, yes, you are right, they came from Germany, but they invaded France in the 5th century. So this is part 1. Part 2, I want to show you here the map. If you can see with the arrow that north of France, it was invaded, but the Germanic group came from Germany. But South France, the Greeks, as you see here in the map, yes, they came from southeast of Europe in the other side, and they invaded France when the Roman Empire was so weak. Yes. After that, we have a very famous important king at that time. His name was Charlemagne. Charlemagne, that's what he was, a Frankish ruler from France, but he did something so great. He united North and South France and expanded his empire in 768 CE. So now we know who is Charlemagne. So Charlemagne, again, who was he? He was a Frankish ruler who did what, children? Who united North and South France and also expanded his empire, not only France, but he controlled other surrounding countries around. Let's go now to Charlemagne again. Okay, Charlemagne got a name or a title. They called him the Holy Roman Emperor. Roman, yes, because it was all about Roman Empire. France, it was nothing but part of Roman Empire. So Charlemagne, he got a name of Holy. Holy here means very sacred, very sacrificed. He's very important, great, something religious, connected to religion or God, holy. Like we say, the Holy Quran. Okay, the Pope of the church or the priest of the church, the great one, the great rank, highest rank in the church, he was the one who called him the Holy Roman Emperor. Okay, he is the founder of the French and the German monarchies. So, if you remember, dear students, the meaning of monarchy. Monarchy, it's a government system. This government system, it means who is ruling the country? Yeah, king or a queen. So, who made the idea or founder of the idea of having kings in the area of France and Germany? Yes, he was Charlemagne. So Charlemagne did a lot of things. He had a title like Holy Roman Emperor. Yes, and remember we said he did what? He united North and South France. And number 3, he made the idea, or he is the founder of the monarchy government system in France and Germany. Okay, now his kingdom gained great power for thousands of years. Yes, wasn't that great? Yes, it was so great. So let's go to the next slide to see what else happened. All right. So now we want to say what happens. There's something called revolution. Revolution, miss? What's that? Yes, revolution. It means people wants to change. They are against the ruler or the government system because there is something wrong. There's something not right. They cannot get their rights. They feel bad. They can't live in a proper way. So there's something happened in France called French Revolution. So let's see what was before the French Revolution. Okay, so number 1, remember we said the government system before any revolution or any change, it was monarchy. Monarchy means it's a system or the country is ruled by a king or a queen. Number 2, the king has absolute power or great power. He's the only one who can control the country and the people and make the decisions, which was not, do you think it's right? We will see. Okay, France had three social classes. Social classes means who is getting the best privileges, who is in the top. Okay, and who is number 2, who's number 3, who get the less things. So people were divided into 3 classes. So let's see next. If you can see, look at the pyramid. This is called the pyramid of classes. Alright, the top of the pyramid will show us the first class, the class which is the highest class, the best class in the country, the one that gets all the privileges. They are rich, they have more rights than the others. It was called the estate or the class of clergy. Clergy, yes, what's clergy, miss? We will find out now the meaning of clergy. It was only 5% of the whole people of the country. Clergy means the man of religion. Men of religion, clergy is the man of religion in the church. You know the church, like you have a father in the church or the pope or the priest. So these were the religious people in the church. Number 2, or class number 2, were the nobles. The nobles also, this was a very high was a very high rank in the country. Okay, so let's pause a little. Okay, children, now we said that France had 3 social classes. Number 1, clergy. Number 2, the nobles. Number 3, the common people or the commoners, as mentioned in your book. So we said clergy means the people of the men of religion in the church. Number 2, the noblemen or the nobles. If you say what's the meaning of nobleman or noble, he's a man with high rank, high position, and high value in the country. They were also rich, but they only represent 1.5% of only from the whole population of the nation. It was very little percentage. The third estate or the third class, it's the commoners. Commoners are all the rest of the people in France. They were merchants. Merchants means traders, people who buy and sell. Number 2, craftsmen, the people who had jobs doing with their hands, handcrafts. Number 3, the peasants means the farmers. These people, the last class, the lower class, they represent 98% of the whole nation. Okay, children, now here we are again. The social classes. We said number 1, the clergy. As you can see in this picture here, the clergy are it means the men of religion in the church. Now let's go next. All right. Next here you have number 2, the noblemen. As you see, look what they are wearing. They are very rich. It means men with high rank or position and high value. All right, number 3, social classes. Let's go to commoners. Commoners means common people. They are the common people like merchants, we said traders, or craftsmen, and we said peasants as well. Peasants means farmers. The commoners were the lowest class, the poorest class, which suffer and pay all the taxes. Taxes? Yes, miss, what's taxes? Oh, you know that every country has government. Yes, so the government impose taxes on the people or the citizens of the country. Taxes means the money. So the government asks those people to pay money for the government. This way the government can do services for the citizens and the country. Okay, so let's go next. Here you can find a picture of the commoners, ordinary people. Okay, now we finished talking about the classes in France, but it was when? Before the French Revolution. But as you see, there was something wrong here with the social classes, that you have 2 classes which have everything. They have money, they are rich, they have all the rights, but you have the commoners, the poor people which have nothing, like you see here. They pay everything, they are poor and they suffer a lot. So now let's go back to this part, causes of French Revolution. Causes means what make people feel angry, why they made the revolution, why they didn't want the ruler, why they didn't want this government system. Okay, so let's say who. Do you think they were the clergy or the noblemen or the commoners who feel bad and suffer? Yes, you are smart. The commoners. They made the revolution against the rulers and the government system from when? From 1789 to 1799. Oh yeah, for 10 years. Yes, that's right. Because of 3 reasons, or 3 main reasons here, we will find out now. All right, the causes of the French Revolution. You have number 1, taxes and debt. So the country started to be poor. They have nothing but only the king, and the first 2 classes have everything. But the commoners suffer badly and pay all the taxes and all the money, and they are poor. They were poor. Number 2, famine. Yes, this is what happens. Famine means hunger or starvation. People could not buy food. They cannot find bread. They cannot afford buying bread. So they suffered from famine or hunger. Number 3, change in culture and ideas. Of course, you know, people always read, learn, and communities change. So when you change your ideas and culture, you know your rights, you know more better things. So this change in culture and ideas made people want the change, and they made the revolution. Let's go next. Now let's talk about cause number 1, taxes and debt. Okay, when France had financial problems, it means lack of money. It started to be poor country. Because why? What happened to France? Why it has financial problems or lack of money? That was because of its war with Britain. Britain, you know, United Kingdom and Britain. Yes, there was a great war with Britain, France and Britain. So the king needed more money, needed weapons, needed ships, needed supplies. People needed more food. So he did what? He raised the taxes. He told the commoners, you have to give me more money because the country needs money because we are in war. Oh no, so it was bad. Oh, poor people, how do you think they felt? So, cause number 2, of course, when the country has financial problems or lack of money, so people will suffer from, yes, that's right, hunger or starvation. They will be very poor to pay for food, to buy bread, even though. So yes, that's what happened next. Number 3, as we said before, changing culture and ideas. When new ideas appeared and threatened the power of the clergy and noblemen, this is what happened, because they started to know that this was not fair, and they don't have their rights. Now, thank you, excellent children. So, but let's say some new words that we found today in our lesson. Number 1, we said famine means hunger, starvation. Okay, scarcity of food. People cannot pay money to get food. So this is the name of famine. Number 2, we said taxes. Yes, people have to pay taxes. Taxes when the government takes money from people or from the workers. This is the meaning of taxes. Number 3, debt. Debt means the money which someone borrowed and he has to pay it back. So, if you are in debt, it means you borrowed money from someone, but you have to pay it back to him, of course. Number 4, we say the meaning of holy. When you describe someone or something that it is holy, it means it is very great, very precious, dedicated to God or religious thing, religious purpose. Okay, so now we have 4 new words. Let's read them again. Yes, the ones in red. Famine, taxes, debt, the B is silent. Yes, so you say debt. Holy, and you have these words from before. Remember? Museum. Yes, museum. Yes, it's a place or a building. It has historic objects. It has artifacts. The leftovers from other people, the ancient people or civilizations. Yes, that's the museum. Okay, now we have the word medieval. Medieval, it means it's coming from med or middle. It's Middle Ages. Middle Ages, that's the period of time, period of the European history from the fall of the Roman Empire in the West. In the West means in Europe, in the West in the 5th century. Yes, so last but not least, thank you for watching and listening. Please check your Classera for new assignments, videos, and follow-up. Please study pages 31, 32, and 33. And the new words. Good luck. Thank you very much, dear students.